time to review Sword of the Sea. Giant squid, there they are. There they are, giant squid. These guys are a pretty visually striking team. They're one of the more interesting dev teams out. They did Abzu and the I have a... Hold on. Aha! Check this out. Proof that I'm a real fan. I have a physical copy of The Pathless. This is a really great game, actually. I think The Pathless rocks. It might be their best. In Sword of the Sea, you are the Wraith, apparently. You're the and you have this really cool big sword that you slide around on. And what this sword does is it unlocks the sea. There is kind of a sea that has been overwritten by desert and various other types of land, and you're just sort of like on a quest to unlock the sea again and like set it free, basically. It's quite snazzy. You know, you're sort of skating around Tony Hawk style, waves of sand, as you can see, moving like water, and you'll sort of use them to get like height and do tricks and stuff. You can do all sorts of tricks. The tricks don't actually do anything for you in the game. They're just there because it's fun. Because it is fun. I love doing tricks. It's visually pretty impressive. I want to actually, this shot right here. So Matt Naver, the creative director of Giant Squid, he also was the creative director for Journey, which is a game from 2012, a classic. This is a extremely influential indie game that is mostly known for its really stunning scenic desert landscapes. It's honestly amazing how well this game holds up. I mean, it's from 2012. Games from 2012 should not look this unbelievable. It has this real like tactility. It's like you can reach out and feel it. It feels like it's taking place on some distant planet. That's something that has kind of been lost in the Giant Squid games. I do think, like, no matter how like extremely detailed and vibrant their environments are, like with these Giant Squid games, and I felt this with both Abzu and the Pathless, they don't escape looking like a video game, and that is something that I found with Sword of the Sea as well. It gets pretty close. I gotta say, this trailer does look a little bit better than it does in the game. There was like a resolution thing. Some people, they couldn't seem to get the game playing beyond 720p. Let's see what the Steam forums are saying. Love Giant Squid games, but JFC, this is pathetic. Mine's limited to... I noticed as I was playing it, there were moments where you could really see the resolution. There was a moment where a dolphin pops up. I don't know if that moment is in the trailer or... Oh, there's some sea life going on here. There's a part in the game where one of these dolphins becomes the main thing in the frame, and it looked rough, man. You can see the pixels a bit. So performance-wise, it wasn't actually as like sleek as I would have expected. You know, Abzu and Pathless ran really well. This game had moments where it sort of chugged along a bit when the screen got a little bit too busy, particularly in the snowy part of the game. The game does still look phenomenal. That's not like get it twisted though. I'm talking a lot about the visuals in relation to this trailer, and the game does look like this, but I just think there's a bit more of a glossy sheen going on in this trailer than what I saw on my experience. I was playing on PlayStation 5. Generally, it's getting pretty good reviews. Out of 310, it was 87% are positive reviews. So most people are messing with this game. 25. Whew. I got it with the PS Plus like extra service, so if you have that you can play it for free, but otherwise you're looking at 25 squiddly diddlies, bro. If you're somebody that really equates the value of a game to its runtime, that might seem quite steep, because this game took me 3 hours 17 minutes. At the very end of the game it gives you like a total playtime little thing, and like it gives you your points as well. I didn't realize I was collecting points, I guess from like the tricks I was doing and stuff. Yeah, it took me 3 hours 17 minutes to beat this game. It's a short but sweet game. I thought it was really good. One thing that they super nailed, I think this was the most important thing to get down, is the feeling of riding on this sword. It never gets old. It feels tremendous. Like the moment from the very beginning, like literally the opening cutscene is quite short, it ends and you roam free from there in a very large open space with your sword. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play this game a lot in the future just for the sake of this, like just to feel how good it feels to ride on the sword. Like mechanically speaking, it is fantastic. The only moment of the game I think I struggled with the controls was during the half pipes, kind of adjusting the camera. Wasn't always, you know, too comfortable or friendly, but other than that, this thing plays like a dream. You also get a surprisingly deep trick set as you continue playing. I think this game just understood the importance of having fun while you're moving around in this game. You have to be enjoying the base movement, you know, first. That was something that was clearly a priority here, and that really paid off. I think that's especially important for this game because I don't know what happened. Like, compared to the Pathless had significantly stronger level/game design than Sword of the Sea. I thought Sword of the Sea, despite its short runtime, it was kind of running low on ideas. Like the Pathless, it was an open world game. I haven't even rated it. Like, I'm done playing that, buddy. Forgot to log it. You're like a 4-star. There's like puzzles and challenges littered all over the Pathless. games that are really smartly designed, and they all make really strong use of this bow. Like they kind of redefine what you thought could be done with just a bow. Like they really stretch the bow mechanic to its maximum. And I kind of thought Sword of the Sea was struggling a bit for ideas. Another moment involving a dolphin. This dolphin pops up a fair bit, and you're breaking rocks with this dolphin in Sword of the Sea. I remember thinking like, dude, we're still breaking rocks. I've been breaking rocks for like half an hour. I was like, dude, we've got a very short game here. We need to make every moment sort of pop. And I could sort of see this game reaching a bit of a creative plateau as far as just the level layouts and all that. But luckily this was not a huge deal, because again, movement in this game is the key focus. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, what the task at hand is, just moving around in Sword of the Sea is a dream. This game has a fair bit in common with pretty much every previous giant Squid game. It plays most similar to the Pathless in the sense that the movement is really satisfying. In the Pathless, you're moving around really quickly, you have this bow and arrow, you're outpacing this big threat, which is pictured here on the poster, or just there it is. You're trying to outrun it, and you like hit these targets to increase your speed. It's super satisfying. Sword of the Sea has the movement and speed and fluidity of the Pathless, and then it has a mixture of desert and water, which is it's essentially Journey and Abzu. I maybe see this game as Matt Nava kind of like creating a little playground of all of his work. Part of me sort of wishes we had some new visual language, you know, a whole new sort of thing going here. Like, I can't think of another game that really specifically feels like an amalgamation of all of a developer's previous game. I would say Journey is the most prominent point of comparison. This game is actually like it's structured near exactly like Journey. We're riffing a lot on this part. Like this part right here, it feels like Matt Nava himself. I mean, the fact that it's the first thing you see when you go on his website, that tells me that he is very aware that this moment in Journey is like his his finest hour. Because anyone who has played Journey very distinctly remembers this part of Journey where you're gliding and you see this incredible shot of the light kind of dimming under these pillars. It's like a moment in the game that makes you realize the extent to which we can get value out of this desert setting, you know? And yeah, Sword of the Sea has many moments that feel like they are specifically trying to recapture that moment. The game at the core of this game feels new for Giant Squid, but the visual splendor that's going along with it feels like a very lovingly made rehash of previous stuff, which I have kind of mixed feelings about. Overall, it was nice. I loved looking at the game. It was good. There were definitely plenty of like jaw-dropping moments. Just like in Journey, there's like a snowy part as well. Like, I get literally the structure of this game is straight up just fucking Journey. I guess I was just hoping for more like surprises, perhaps, and I don't know if that structure works as well in a game like Sword of the Sea where you can glide around so effortlessly, so comfortably. You know, Journey's whole strength for me, or the biggest strength of Journey, is the onerousness. Every single step is kind of like hard fought. You can't just walk anywhere in Journey. There are hills that will, you know, they're too steep, so you'll slide back down. There are moments where you'll get attacked by those like weird, you know, what are they? Like those like skeleton fish thing. Journey, skeleton fish. You know, yeah, in Journey, in the game Journey. What the fuck are we doing, man? Journey, fish. No, Journey 2012. What the fuck? Why is this so hard to find? Journey 2012 creature. Yeah, these cunts. Thank you. Can we get that on this? Yeah, these guys will see you, and they're not. It's not a skeleton. That's like a robot. I don't know why. I remembered this as like bones. If you step into the wrong spot, they see you and they will like dive into you and undo your progress. So you have to be careful in Journey. You can't just waltz around wherever. And in Sword of the Sea, you most certainly can just waltz around wherever. So the battle of going through the snow and going through these areas, the lava and all of that stuff that this game is sort of riffing off from Journey, it's not quite as meaningful to the player when you don't like trudge through it. So I feel like the Journey structure might have not done this game that many favors. It gave it the visual splendor it was looking for, but I think there was a better experience in a different, singular, unique structure for Sword of the Sea. The final boss, there was a boss encounter at the end of Sword of the Sea. Yeah, it just sort of felt like quick time events. It wasn't that strong. The real thing that's keeping Sword of the Sea afloat is the prettiness of it all and the fluidity of the movement, and that really goes a long way. The game's quite immersive. I was very enveloped. The soundtrack is fantastic in this game. It's the same composer as all of the other Giant Squid games and Journey and probably many other games. Who is the composer? Sword of the Sea composer. Austin Wintory, buddy. Erica, Stray Gods, The Banner Saga, Absolver. I don't think I've played anything else that this guy's composed. So which Assassin's Creed did you compose? You did the Syndicate soundtrack. It's a bit of an outlier in your catalog, buddy, but hey, props to you, pal. This guy kills it on Sword of the Sea. This game's soundtrack is stunning. It's really, really lovely. Like, it's quite an immersive game. And the exploration aspect I thought was lovely. You know, I'm quite a sucker for like hidden in plain secrets. Hidden in plain sight secrets, as I call them. You know, games like Fez and Tunic and Animal Well, that's the sort of stuff that gets me hyped. I love that sort of stuff, and this game doesn't have that in that way. It's less like in a puzzly way and more in like a just environmental sort of gentle clues. One of the games that I think Journey definitely influenced was Elden Ring. You know, Elden Ring's Erd Tree, I think, is one of the smartest things about that game. In Elden Ring, as you're exploring, you see this massive, massive beacon, this big tree telling you, hey, this is where you need to go. You want to see what is going on here, naturally. The moment you see this giant Erd tree, you're thinking, what is over there? I don't know if it's a reach to say that that is a direct riff on Journey's whole thing. Journey's entire thing, you start Journey, you see a peak in the distance, you're like, okay, that's where I want to go. And that's all the sort of guidance you need to give the player to just to tell them where they need to go. You know, this game, Sword of the Sea, is completely HUD free. It doesn't quite have anything similar to that, like a big thing to go towards. However, it does have the same gentle guidance. You'll see so many little things in the topography of the map that kind of tell you subconsciously that, oh, I should go there. And when you do, there's often something to find, whether it is like a whole area or just like a little bit of currency. There was like a currency in this game. I never found out what you did with the shell. You find these shells. I never found what they were for, if they are for anything. Maybe I'll find that on New Game Plus, because there is a New Game Plus. But one of the things that this game has in its exploration that threw me was these like arcadey like point score missions. Straight up, like the game will go from having no HUD to just like score the most points, and you'll do like these half pipe tricks and stuff, and you'll grind or stuff like it's Tony Hawk's. And I was like, okay, this is cool. The reward for doing it is just like more currency. I felt like it would have made more sense to have this be a separate mode, like an arcade mode on the main menu, rather than in the campaign, because it throws you out of that immersion completely. It really reminds you're playing just like or makes you feel like you're playing some sort of gamey video game. And I just think the whole rest of the game is going for something totally different. It's going for like this sort of poetic visual tapestry thing that you're gliding through. There's a real hypnosis to it that you get snapped out of. So I think the game's pretty flawed. I think it's a lot of like missed opportunities. I think most of my gripes with the game, or the things holding it back from being better for me, are just missed opportunities. But there is so much to love here. It's just such an innately likable game. I think overall, I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. I don't think it's quite Pathless. I think Pathless was a stronger game in that its collision of ideas just so uniformly met into a very singular experience that just, there's not as much room for like, oh, you should have done this, should have done that. It was also like twice as long as this game too. Sword of the Sea just feels a little bit more underbaked, but it is still good, and it's only going to take up 3 hours of your time, so I think it's worth playing. It seems like it's really striking a chord with folks. Reviews for this are looking fantastic, so you might like it a bit more than me. Yeah, 25 quid on Steam. I'm assuming the same price on PlayStation. Sword of the Sea PlayStation. Yeah, if you don't have PlayStation Plus Extra, you'll... Oh, it's 20! It's 20 on PlayStation. That's... That to me feels like a better price point for this game. 25 seems a little steep. But that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next thing.